This is Yakutsk, my home, my battle, and my story. I live here in the world's coldest city. At minus 64 degrees Celsius, you don't wear clothes here, you wear armor. The cold isn't just something you feel, it's something you fight. Step outside, and it feels like the air is stealing all the warmth from your body. Even your breath freezes into tiny ice crystals right in front of you. Here, life revolves around keeping it out. Our homes are like fortresses, packed with insulation and roaring stoves. The windows are so thick it feels like living in a snow globe, but the moment you step outside, it's a different game. Layer upon layer of fur, thermals, and waterproof everything. Forget something, a glove, a scarf, and I'll regret it instantly. Frostbite doesn't wait. It's a silent predator, and exposed skin is its favorite prey. The cold here isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. And the cars? Oh, they're basically alive too. Everyone keeps their engines running 24/7 in winter. No joke, if I turn my car off, it's game over. The engine freezes solid and I'm stuck until spring, or until I can afford a hefty tow bill. Driving here feels like navigating an ice rink. The roads are slick, the cold hardens tires, and every journey feels like a battle. I grip the wheel tightly, whispering little prayers that my car doesn't betray me. Living in this kind of cold does things to my body. Some I can see, some I can't. Frostbite? That's the obvious one. My skin turns white, hard, and numb in minutes if I'm careless. And it doesn't just hurt, it damages. Lose circulation long enough, and I might lose a finger, or worse. Breathing here is another story. I feel every inhale like a tiny burn in my lungs. It's like the air is biting me from the inside. I always cover my mouth and nose with a scarf, but even then, every breath stings. My body's working overtime just to stay warm. I can feel my heart beating harder, faster, like it's a tiny engine trying to keep everything running. It's exhausting. Some people, especially the weak or elderly, can't keep up. The cold has no mercy. As if the cold wasn't enough, winter here brings a near-permanent night. The sun barely shows its face, and when it does, it's like, hey, remember me? Before it slips away again. Those endless nights mess with my head. I feel this heaviness, like my body's begging for light. But I have my ways of coping. String lights glow in windows, candles flicker on tables, and laughter fills kitchens. It's the little things that keep the darkness from swallowing me whole. You'd think living here is all about enduring, but I do more than that. I thrive. Food is a big part of it. Fatty meals, hearty soups, and fresh fish. I eat like my life depends on it because, honestly, it kind of does. Every calorie is fuel to fight the cold. And then there's the clothing. Forget about looking trendy. It's all about survival. Fur-lined coats, boots that feel like armor, and hats so thick I can barely hear. It's like gearing up for war every time I leave the house. But it's not just about the physical stuff. The mental game is just as important. I can't let the cold or the dark get into my head. I've learned to find beauty in the frozen world, how the snow sparkles like diamonds, how the frost paints patterns on windows. And the people, they're the real warmth here. We stick together, share stories, and remind each other we're not alone. Yakutsk isn't just a city, it's a challenge. Every single day here is proof that humans are stronger than we think. It's a place that tests my limits, pushes me to adapt, and teaches me what it means to truly live. Yes, it's tough. Some days it feels unbearable, but then I see the sun break through the icy clouds, or I hear kids laughing as they sled down snowbanks, and I remember why I stay. There's beauty here, hidden under layers of frost. So while the rest of the world watches the thermostat and complains about a little snow, I'm here, living proof that even in nature's harshest extremes, life goes on. I find ways to smile, to connect, to endure. This is Yakutsk, my home, my battle, and my story.